What does the future look like to you with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency in general? Where do you see it 5, 10, or even 100 years from now?
Millionaires aren't made during bull runs. They're made in market crashes like this. The secret? Time in the market, not timing the market. Today, we're diving into the top 11 crypto picks for April 2025. But before we get there, let's address something critical. You've heard the investing wisdom repeated time and time again, and I'm here to tell you, it's 100% true. Think back. Many of us remember when crypto peaked in 2017, again in 2021, and every local top in between. But let's be honest, how many people actually stuck around to buy the dips? In 2018, 2019, 2022, and every local bottom in between, most retail investors disappeared, missing out on life-changing opportunities. That's why I firmly believe we are at or near another local bottom today. And when crypto takes off, it's going to new heights, higher than ever before 2025 is over. How can I be so confident? I'll tell you. At first, I had my doubts. I wondered if 2025 had already peaked. And then I saw the misleading narratives coming from mainstream media, especially networks like MSNBC, trying to paint a bearish picture of Bitcoin. That's when I knew we weren't done yet.
Imagine Trump had just announced that the U.S. government was going to buy up tons of Beanie Babies. We are going to establish a federal government reserve of billions of Beanie Babies. I should say I'm by no means a crypto expert. I'm not going to give you a lecture on blockchain or meme coins or any of that. I don't know, and B, I don't care. But I do think it's worth looking at this crypto thing a little bit, only because it is a deeply, deeply old-fashioned, simple scam at this point, which points right to the White House.
Here's why I'm certain the next crypto explosion is coming. And it's not just because BlackRock and Wall Street are in. It's not just because the U.S., the largest capital market on the planet, is backing crypto like never before. Those are massive factors, no doubt. But there's something even bigger happening right now. Mainstream media is flipping the script. It's not just CNBC anymore. Have you tuned into Fox News? Fox, the most watched cable news network, is openly educating its audience about Bitcoin and crypto. And let's not forget, their audience consists of boomers. People with real wealth and disposable income. They're getting primed to enter the market in a big way. Laura Ingraham, yes, that Laura, is pushing Bitcoin hard. And here's the thing, she wouldn't put her credibility on the line unless she was absolutely sure the US government was backing crypto. That's a massive green flag. Now I want you to watch this clip. Imagine you knew nothing about Bitcoin. If you saw this, wouldn't it make you want to buy?
You buy.
Well, you're probably like me, and Bitcoin and crypto are a foreign language to a lot of us. It's actually something many of you have been curious about. But when you can't see the dollar bills in front of you, it can be a concept that's difficult to understand. But let's start with the basics. We've established a strategic Bitcoin reserve, putting us at the cutting edge of cryptocurrency's potential.
Last year, I promised to make America the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and this will be a virtual Fort Knox for digital gold to be housed within the United States Treasury. That's a big thing. The federal government is already among the largest holders of Bitcoin. Unfortunately, in recent years, the U.S. government has foolishly sold tens of thousands of additional Bitcoin that were worth billions and billions of dollars had they not sold them, but they did sell them, mostly during the Biden administration. From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin.
Michael Saylor, you have over 48 patents, and now you are so big into the Bitcoin crypto space. How did you get introduced to crypto initially?
In 2013, I heard about Bitcoin, but I didn't need it, and I just dismissed it as an oddity. And in 2020, my company faced an existential crisis, and I realized that I was either going to have a fast death or a slow death, or I needed to take a risk and transform the business. So what we did is we looked around for something like digital gold that we could purchase on our company's balance sheet that would save the company and give us a future. And so that's how I came across crypto.
A lot of people say, all right, if I want to invest a little money in Bitcoin, I don't know where that goes, but it does go somewhere. You're saying it's actually more secure and safer than actually putting it into a bank because it's yours and no one could ever take that from you. Is that right?
The real appeal of Bitcoin is people don't want to invest or risk their money. They want to save their money. So Bitcoiners would say, we're not investing, we're saving. It's a savings technology. What if you just wanted to take your life savings and put it into a bank in cyberspace that promises to never freeze your funds, that isn't run by humans, it's run by incorruptible software, and you're going to go to sleep for a decade, right? If you're Rip Van Winkle, what can I buy that 30 years from now will be more valuable, that will hold its value? We want to know that we control it, not our bank, not our government, not the mayor, not the CEO of the company. When I first started looking for digital gold, I saw there were 10,000 different crypto networks. And I said, what's the winner? What's the safe one? What's the secure choice? And we sifted through and we said, well, the largest, most valuable one appears to be Bitcoin. Has it been copied? Can it be copied? Well, it had been copied 10,000 times and they had all failed. Bitcoin, it was the winner. It attracted all the smart capital. Satoshi launched Bitcoin, disappeared from history forever, disclaimed any beneficial ownership and said, I don't control it, I don't own it. It is my gift. It is sovereign money. Bitcoin is the safest bank.
What does the future look like to you with Bitcoin, with cryptocurrency in general? Where do you see it 5, 10, or even 100 years from now?
I think big tech is going to embrace Bitcoin. They're going to let you hold your Bitcoin on your iPhone, on your Android phone. It will find its way into Microsoft software, Amazon software, Google, Apple software. I think that banks are going to embrace Bitcoin. So your bank's going to give you a loan against your Bitcoin. It'll buy Bitcoin for you. Insurance companies will start to support Bitcoin. I think families will increasingly begin to see it as their savings account. The yoga studio, the restaurant, the hotel chain, they'll be able to raise capital in order to improve their business and to innovate. And I think that sound money, that will spread through South America, Africa, Asia. It'll tread to China. So I think the future is American values, American technology, not just making America great, but also spreading economic prosperity to the entire world.
Well, Michael Saylor, I want to say thank you. Thanks for breaking it down for us, making it more palatable, I think, to the average person to understand and feel comfortable with, because it really does feel like this is the future, this is where we're headed, and thanks for joining us for a little bit.
Thank you for the opportunity.
The strategic Bitcoin reserve, I think the starting point for understanding that is, like the president said, that the federal government already owns a lot. Over the past decade or so, through criminal and civil asset forfeitures and seizures, the government came into the possession of roughly 400,000 Bitcoin. Unfortunately, there was no long-term strategy around these holdings, and roughly half of those Bitcoin were sold for a relative pittance, I think $366 million. Today, those Bitcoin would have been worth $17 billion. So the taxpayer and the government have lost out on this value by not having this strategy of holding these assets for the long term. We don't want to make that mistake again.
Digital assets are here to stay, and we are going to make the U.S. the digital asset hub of the world. For the past 4 years, the crypto community, digital assets, the administration retarded their growth, and we are set to accelerate that through a positive partnership and through smart regulation. Senate and House are both pushing through very sound, safe bills to bring crypto and digital assets onshore in the U.S. and to make sure that the U.S. is both the financial and the technological leader.
With liquidity flowing back into crypto, all signals point to the bull run being far from over. So let's break down the top 11 crypto coins that are building real, lasting value. If they're not on your radar yet, they should be. First up, Bitcoin, the king. It dominates nearly 50% of the crypto market, and its status as digital gold is becoming undeniable. This cycle belongs to Bitcoin, not Ethereum. But don't get me wrong, I still hold ETH, and it absolutely belongs on this list. The ultra bullish narrative around Ethereum is strong, even with Standard Chartered Bank adjusting its year-end price target from 10K to 4K. Sure, it won't outperform the likes of Solana, but Ethereum isn't going anywhere. And honestly, I'll take 4K. Now let's talk about some smaller cap coins worth keeping a close eye on, especially the ones catching major investor attention. World Liberty Finance just made two massive altcoin buys, Avalanche and Mantle. That's not all. Institutions are going heavy on XRP, Cardano, and Solana, as seen in Hashdex's latest crypto index ETF, which also includes Chainlink and other key assets. Speaking of institutional support, look at how much is pouring into Solana. Even more intriguing, watch how XRP and Ripple continue to gain governmental and institutional backing. And here's another surprise. Coinbase is suddenly warming up to Cardano in a big way. That's a huge development, so that's my list. But what's yours? Drop your picks in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'm bringing you daily crypto market updates to keep you ahead of the game. See you tomorrow, my friends.